So that is one
You've
reality.
publicly raised your concerns, but have you raised your concerns with the government?
No, I think, I'm sure everyone, all policymakers are aware, and therefore as we go through it, and the question we have to ask is, as government ownership is something which is a matter of great debate right now, whether it happens now, post-2019, what do we want? We want the Indian banking sector to effectively have disproportionate foreign control, or are we going to think about a future where we believe that India in financial services has an ability to keep it at least competitive for domestic owners to make a play at it? And that's a much deeper question, and I'm not a believer of protectionism, but we should have a situation where we are able to build banking and still have the liberty of calling it Indian banking.
Do you believe that 2018 will continue to be a space where insurance is going to be a big play?
Insurance is also going to be a part of the potential consolidation play. But what you've got to look at in insurance is there's a manufacturing part of insurance and there's a distribution part of insurance. And at this stage, the stakes are much more loaded in favor of distribution. And therefore, how this insurance play happens is a combination of the product part of insurance and the distribution part of insurance.
What would be your single biggest concern?
See, again, it depends on the time frame. If I look at a 2, 3, 5-year perspective for India's growth story, I think India needs to make sure that we are a liberal economic, markets-based growth story with the right regulatory checks which are supporting fair play and transparency. But
implicit in that comment seems to be that we're not.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is how I really would like to see India's future, and where institutions and processes and policy based on sound fundamentals are the basis of how we govern our future.
But let me ask you about the recent moves that we've seen when it comes to the customs duties that were hiked in the budget. Do you believe that that for all our talk of opening ourselves up to the world, on some level we're also sort of becoming a lot more protectionist?
I think one has to look at this carefully. I would like to believe that this is more a short-term measure to really protect ourselves from potential dumping from China, where I think if it is a state-sponsored dumping, we need to make sure that we have got our counters. But on a broader basis, my medium-term philosophy is liberal order, free markets, competitive environment, and robust regulatory mechanisms not based on, or policy mechanisms not based on what is populist talk packaged as public interest, but real fundamental change which affects lives and the futures of Indians.
I'll end by quoting you back to you. You said that risk mitigation is something that keeps you up at night. What about the disruption on account of technology? I mean, we now have WhatsApp Pay here in India, and that's got the potential of being a game changer. So how much of that is keeping you up at night?
When I say that I keep awake at night with whether I'll have a bank next morning, I think it could be on 2 counts. One is security, and the second is a Google or a Facebook having invaded the banking space.
They're already here.
So we have to be paranoid on both counts, and we've got to move at great speed on both these areas. But keep in mind that as we push faster on the technology front, and if I can use a phrase, as we move swiftly on the technology front, we've got to be...
Swift is not necessarily the best choice of words.
We have got to be careful that we are really getting our security aspect as well right.
Uday Kotak, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much for joining us, and we wish you the very best of luck with your Chasing Growth 2008 conference. Always a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Shireen.
With that, it is time for us to wrap up this CNBC TV18 special from all of us here. Goodbye. Many thanks for watching.